we're going to break down one of the most misunderstood concepts in trading: trust. Because, real trust isn't about what a broker puts on their homepage. Not at all. It's about what you don't see. And this right here, this is the core idea we're unpacking today, and it completely flips the script on what we've been taught. We're all trained to be terrified of bad reviews, but the real danger signal for a broker isn't that negative noise. It's a complete kind of unsettling silence. We've all seen this, right? You land on a broker's website and bam, you're hit with this wall of perfect 5-star ratings. And then, right after that, come the glowing testimonials. You see all these happy clients, these vague success stories. Everything's been polished to this perfect, frictionless shine. And of course, way down at the bottom of the page, you've got that row of shiny logos from different regulatory bodies, all put there to make you feel instantly safe and secure. But your gut starts talking to you, doesn't it? It all just feels a little too perfect, a little too clean. You can't quite put your finger on it, but that little feeling of doubt, that's your experience talking. And that feeling, well, that's what we'll call the illusion of perfection. Because real trust, it's not destroyed by a few angry customers. No way. It's destroyed by a strategic and really unsettling absence of any real, human feedback. So, how exactly is this illusion built? Let's get into it. Let's dissect the anatomy of a fake broker and see just how they manufacture this so-called trust. Now, the key here is that these aren't just isolated tricks. They are a pattern. We're talking hundreds of reviews that just say, "Great broker." That's it. Or they'll claim they're fully compliant but never name a single specific license. The teams, all stock photos. The awards are from websites that popped up yesterday. And those influencer shoutouts are just paid ads in disguise. So here's the core difference. Fake trust? It's all manufactured. It's perfect ratings and hype, and it only exists on the broker's own website. Real trust, on the other hand, that's built on stuff you can actually see. Observed behavior. How do they handle public complaints? Are their actions consistent over time? And, maybe most importantly, are independent third parties actually talking about them? And that's the crucial point. This whole illusion of perfection, it's designed to catch beginners. Experienced traders, they've learned to totally ignore the ratings and instead study the broker's actual behavior over time. They're looking for patterns, not promises. Which leads us to the most dangerous red flag of them all. Silence equals risk. Let's dig into the psychology of why a quiet broker is a really scary broker. Okay, let's be super clear about what we mean by silence here. This isn't just about a lack of marketing. No, it's that assumption of guilt that traders just instinctively feel when a broker goes quiet right when they should be speaking up. During a server outage, a withdrawal delay, or when they're facing public criticism. This whole thing taps directly into our psychology, into our sense of loss avoidance. Our brains are basically hardwired to avoid risk. So when information just disappears, we don't assume the best. We fill that vacuum with the absolute worst-case scenario. They've taken my money, or they're totally covering something up. In that moment, their silence feels like a straight-up admission of guilt. So, if silence is the ultimate red flag, what's the green light? What should we be looking for? Let's talk about the real signals of trust and what smart brokers actually do. I love this line from the source material. It just perfectly captures this shift in thinking. I mean, anyone can buy popularity with fake reviews, but how a broker responds, especially to negative feedback, that reveals their true character. So what does that look like in practice? Well, it means owning your mistakes by responding to negative reviews calmly and with facts. It means showing up in legitimate industry media, not just in paid ads. It means publishing press releases with actual news, like milestones or real updates. It's about showing constant activity to prove they're alive and working. And, so importantly, it's about letting other credible sources build their reputation for them. And this right here is a takeaway that is so worth remembering. A single, publicly resolved complaint where a broker takes responsibility, that is infinitely more valuable for building trust than 1,000 generic 5-star reviews. It shows character, not just a marketing budget. So all of this builds to a final, really crucial reframing of how we should think about this whole thing. Trust isn't something a broker can just give you, it's a public record. This is the fundamental mistake that so many brokers make. They treat trust like it's just a design element, slap on a security badge, add a little testimonial slider, and poof, you're done. But experienced traders know that real trust isn't an icon you can just add to a website.
For years, the default question we've all been taught to ask is a simple one. Is this broker good? We look for a simple yes or no answer, usually based on some rating. But the new and much more powerful question we should all be asking is this: can I see them operating in public? Are there any traces of their activity beyond their own marketing? Do they actually exist out there in the real world where things aren't always so perfect?
So let's bring it all home. The thing that truly, genuinely frightens an experienced trader, it isn't seeing a one-star review. It's searching for a broker's response to a crisis and finding nothing. Just complete, deafening silence.
And that's really the final thought to leave you with. A broker can't just announce that they're trustworthy. Real, durable trust has to be observed over time, through consistent public action, especially when things get difficult. It's earned out in the open, not manufactured behind closed doors.